Sorry, my mother went out.
Hold on, Mama. Yes, Bante? Okay, I guess.
Hello, Mr. Ward.
Yes.
Right, this one works. It works. We have to make Mr. Ward. Right. Thank you. Everyone, please say 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good evening to everyone, and nice to see you or see all of you today too. And before we start, I would like to do the same wish. May this may this meditation session also be capable of giving you at least a little peace and little happiness for your life. With those wishes, we are going to start today's meditation session. So now gradually we are moving forward in our meditation, and all students, they are gradually continuing to observe the sensations of their body. And so the Vipassana students, today they will be instructed to observe their legs too, right? So please observe your leg part by part, pitch by pitch, so according to the sensations that you feel, right? So first, after observing the buttock area, then please observe the upper thigh area, right? Upper thigh area. So first you have to go with the right leg. So please observe the upper thigh area. On your upper thigh, whatever the sensations that you can feel, Give your entire attention and please observe them. And then whenever you encounter a sensation, right? Let it be coldness, let it be heat, let it be softness, let it be hardness, itching sensation, so burning sensation, pain, aching, or any sensation, right? Let it be a sensation that you know by name. Let it be a sensation that you don't know by name. Observe it as it is and remind yourself, this sensation is also impermanent, changing, right? Then slowly and calmly, please move forward and pay your entire attention to your knee, right knee. On your right knee, whatever the sensations that you encounter. So let it be any sensation. So observe them very calmly. And remind yourself that this sensation that you are experiencing right now, so let it be one thing, let it be a sensation, or let it be multiple sensations. So whatever sensations they are, observe and understand. This sensation is also, or these sensations are also impermanent, changing. Then please move your attention forward, awareness forward, and pay your entire attention to the lower, lower leg area, right? So from the knee area, so the area which is between the knee and the ankle, right? Within this area, whatever the sensations that you encounter on your right leg, on your right lower thigh area, so lower leg area. So observe and remind yourself, the sensation is also impermanent, changing. Then after that, please move your entire attention to your ankle, right? On your ankle too, right ankle, whatever the sensations that you encounter, observe them as it is. And remind yourself, these sensations are impermanent, changing. Then please move your awareness, move your attention to the upper level. So upper level of your foot, right? Then on that area too, whatever the sensations that you encounter, so observe them as they are. If you can name them, recognize them by names. If you cannot name them, so let it be so. Just understand that you are experiencing a sensation. So, but remind yourself that this is also impermanent, change. Then, so lower leg area, the feet. So lower area of the feet, the area which touches with the ground, right? So within that area too, observe, and then whatever sensations that you encounter, observe them as they actually are, and remind yourself that they are also impermanent, changing. Then toes. So please pay your entire attention to the toes. On the toes too, whatever the sensations that you encounter, so observe them, and then please remind yourself, these sensations are impermanent, changing. So then move your entire attention to your left leg, right? Please do the same thing with your left leg. Upper thigh area, so left upper thigh area, left knee, then left lower leg area, ankle, upper area of your feet, of your foot, and then lower area of your foot, and then toes, right? So like that, part by part, pitch by pitch. So please keep on observing. So this is only for the old students, not for the new students. So all students, they are kindly requested to practice observing the sensations, Vipassana meditation. New students are very kindly requested to practice breathing meditation, the first step, right? So when you practice breathing meditation, this is the way how you have to practice. First, please keep on observing the breath, right? When the breath is coming in, please be fully aware. When it is coming in, it will so go inside your nostrils, but after touching the end of your nostrils, so let it go in. Don't observe beyond that. Wait very patiently, very quietly until it comes back. When it comes back, it will touch the very same area, the end of your nostrils. And gradually it will start going so out. At that time, please keep on being aware that right now, my breath, it is going out. If it is long, please be aware that it is long. If it is short, please be aware that it is short. If it is gross, if it is soft, so please let it be so. Just keep on being aware that it is short, it is long, it is gross, it is soft enough. So just observe the current breath as it is without favoring any breath. And we have to understand all the time that whatever the breath that you encounter, it is unique. It is unique. You can't experience the same breath twice throughout your life, right? So, so consider each and every breath as important and observe it as it is diligently. Diligently. Yes, Austin?
You're talking about the breath coming in, and you say no focus beyond it. You only focus on the tip of the nostril when it comes to the sensation in and out, focus past.
Yes. So when it is coming in, you stay away also. So gradually let it go in, and when it touches the end of your nostril, right? So then let it go in. So don't pay attention to it. It's so circulation inside your body, right? So wait at the end of your. So keep your entire attention at the end of your nostril, and so stay. Stay. So checking until it comes back. When it comes back, it will touch the same area. So then it will start passing through your nostrils, right? When it is going out, please be fully aware. When it is coming in, please be fully aware. When it is going out, please be fully aware, right? And then, so that's how the new students have to practice. So the students who joined recently, all students, they will be kindly requested to practice so Vipassana meditation. So today, every day, before we start, I teach you something for your life. Today, I thought of teaching you, about karma, but because all the people talk about karma, but everybody many people don't have any idea actually what this karma is. So in brief, so just like in dramas, they have episodes. So just like that, so I will teach you the karma, so the nature of karma in brief, right? So since we don't have a lot of time today, I will give you just a brief introduction to it. So karma is available in all three dharmic teachings. So in India, right? So in Hinduism and Buddhism, they call it karma, and in Jainism, it is called as danda, right? So mano danda, So Kaya Danda, Vachi Danda, and Mano Danda, right? So then somehow all of them, they describe about karma. Then you might think, oh, the karma's concept, it might have been copied by all these teachers from each other. No, that's not the case. So they taught about karma because that's something which they have experienced, right? As a phenomenon. So when they when deeper in meditation, so when you reach the fourth jhanic level, when anybody enter the fourth jhanic level of concentration, then that person gains various kinds of abilities. I will teach about them in the next week, not this week. So one ability is one ability is being able to recollect, being able to remind about the past lives of oneself. So that is one ability which happens. Why? Because the 5 enemies of meditation, I already taught you. So what are the 5 enemies of meditation? Addiction to sensual pleasure. Number 2, so addiction to sensual pleasure. Then after that, can you remember? Aversion, laziness. After that, wandering mind, doubt. Very nice. Good job. So, right. So these are the 5 things. They go down, and so their influence becomes very less when someone develops the mind up to the 4th jhanic level. That mind is very sharp, very sensitive, very diligent, and awakened. So therefore, that person can recollect things which happen even in the past lives. Such kind of people say, I was born here, so this was my name, this was my mother's name, this is my father's name, these are my teachers and relatives and their names. So everything matches, right? So all of them, so those great spiritual teachers, they started observing these past lives. When they were observing the past lives, they started noticing this nature of karma. There are so many things that they discovered, right? But among them, one thing is the theory of karma. Regardless of anybody's background, let that person be a Buddhist, Hindu, Christian, Muslim, atheist, or agnostic, or Jain, or anybody. So all of them, so all of them, they are bound to face this nature, right? The nature of karma. And even so, regardless of one's appearance, so all have to face this nature of karma. It is the most powerful energy in the world. There are so many energies. Materially too, there are very subtle energies. Among all those energies, karma is the most powerful energy, right? So among all kinds of energies, the energies that you cannot see, they are the ones that can affect you the most, right? So just like this electricity cannot be seen, so you can't see the electricity. But if you touch, you feel the electricity, right? The fire, you can't actually see the fire, but it affects you. The wind, I'm talking about material energies. So karma is a very deep one. It is a spiritual energy, right? So then the wind. So wind also cannot be, we can't see it, but we can see its effects. how it affect people. Similarly, karma affect us, right? And so for today, I will only teach you about the 4 kinds of karmas. So in brief, if you want, please write them down. So number 1 is the karma. So the good karmas which belongs to the material world, right? The good karmas that belong to material world. Material world means, so this world, right? So where beings have gross bodies. So where beings have gross bodies. So in Pali, Buddha called it as kama vachar kusala karma. But in brief, so just understand, bad karmas, so that which belongs to the material world, right? Then second one is good karmas which belong to the material world. So bad karmas that belong to the material world and good karmas that belong to the material world. What does it mean? So material world means, so the world we are beings just work with the 5 senses. What are the 5 senses? So the 5 senses means so eyes, right? Nose, ears, then tongue, and the body, right? Then after that, second one is, so third one is good. Both third and fourth are good karmas, but they are very deep ones, right? So third one is good karmas that belong to the good karmas that belong to the sphere level. I mean, sphere level means is SP, so HERA, sphere level. Sphere level means, so they haven't reached, so they haven't developed their mind up to the level, up to the non-sphere level. That means, so they have developed their mind beyond the level of general people, right? General beings, right? But still, even though they have those deep levels of concentration, so they feel the body. But when it comes to the karmas of non-sphere level, so when someone comes to the level of non-sphere level, so even though they have this body here, so their concentration has surpassed all the material levels, and they have gone up to they have developed their mind beyond the sphere level, right? So beyond the sphere level. In Pali, it is called as arupavachara kusala karma. Arupavachara kusala karma, non-sphere, good karmas that belongs to the non-sphere level. Non-sphere level. So then according to these karmas, according to these 4 kinds of karmas, our lives so keep on changing, right? Next week I will teach you how the times that these karmas affect. So these are the 4 kinds of karmas that we all accumulate, and next week we are going to learn how they affect us, the times that they affect us, right? Do they only affect us in this very life, or do they affect us in the future lives too? Let's see. in the next week, right? Now we are going to start today's meditation practice. Everyone, please keep your back straight, neck straight, and head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. Close your eyes. Let your whole body to calm down. Let your whole mind to calm down. First, I will pay our respect and gratitude towards the Buddha in brief. After that, we will start today's silent meditation time. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itimiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho viññācarana sampanno sungato lokavido anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanam buddho bhagavati. Swakato bhagavata dhammo sangdittiko akaliko ehi passiko opanaiko paccatang veditabbo vinyuhiti. Supanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samiji panipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidang chattari purisa yugani Atte purisa puggala Ese bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo Dakineyo anjali karenyo Anutterang punyakitang lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a balanced, very patient mind. Everyone, please start your meditation. If you are practicing breathing meditation, please do so. If you are a Vipassana meditator, first please practice breathing meditation for 5 minutes. And after that, please start practicing Vipassana meditation. Whatever the meditation technique that you are going to practice, may your meditation be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Everyone, please start your meditation right now. Now, if your legs are hurting, so the new students, they can change their posture, but the old students, they will be instructed to stay the same with the posture of aditthana, determination, without moving your body, without changing your body. So all students are instructed to stay the same until the end. But new students, they can change their posture now if they want. We are going to share our loving kindness with all the beings right now. First, let's share our loving kindness with yourself. Please think this way. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards yourself first. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards your dear mother, your dear father, your teachers, relatives, and friends. May my dear mother, may my dear father, May my dear teachers, relatives, and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards them all. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards the neutral people. Neutral people are the people who are not your friends, at the same time who are not your enemies. The people who are in the middle. May all the neutral people be well. May all the neutral people be happy. May all the neutral people be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards the neutral people. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards the enemies. First, please forgive them for their mistakes and ask forgiveness for the mistakes that you did to hurt them. Now, please share your loving kindness with them. May my enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards your enemies. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. Human beings, animals, then reptiles, fish, birds, visible and invisible, all beings. Without any discrimination, let's share our pure loving kindness with all the beings in the world. All the beings in the world. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. Bhavatu sampe mangalang rakhantu sampe devatam samme buddhanubhavi samme dhammanubhavi samme sanghanubhavi sada sutti bhavantu te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Everyone, please open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax from top to bottom, bottom to top. Now please join your palms together and say 3 times, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, hope you had a good silent meditation session. As always, I want to mention that it is not easy. Mind is always like a wild bull, untamed wild bull. It always tries to run here and there. You should be a good farmer, good wild bull catcher who ties the mind. So the wild bull called the mind. So the mind. So to the tree of vipassana, right? To the tree of vipassana. So with the rope of awareness, and then gradually, so it will be fine. So can you change right now? Can you so open the side doors? That one too. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Carl. Right. Yes. Then, dear students, dear Dhamma friends, so when you practice loving kindness meditation, so you don't need to do it in very English. So if you want, so you can translate those very words into your own languages. I know, so all the Dhamma so friends who are here, the students who are here, they belong to various kinds of language families. Some of you speak native English for sure. So, and then some of you speak Telugu, Gujarati, Sinhala, and Tamil. And then after that, we have Punjabi, and we have Vietnamese, we have Chinese. So and we have Bengali. So, and is there any language that I missed? So Marathi. Oh yes. So and Hindi, right? So you can translate so loving kindness meditation into so those languages. So those sentences that we say, mentally you can translate it into your own language. When I ask you to practice loving kindness meditation, please use those terms, right? So please use those terms to share loving kindness, right? That will be good. So because mother tongue is always close to your heart, right, Olsen? Mother tongue. So when someone says something to you in your mother tongue, so you realize, you catch it very fast, right? So just like that, whenever you practice loving kindness meditation, when you do it with your mother tongue, you feel it deeply, right? So for an example, so compare when you say, may you be well in English, and then may you be well in your own language right now. Then you will see the difference, right? So you feel it deep. So here, so in this meditation, language is not the most important thing. So you have to develop this emotion of loving kindness deeper. This emotion of loving kindness, the level of loving kindness deeper. So therefore, so better, so better to practice it with your own language, right? For the convenience of everybody, I will do it in English, but you can translate it into your own languages, and then you can practice with your own language, right? Right. So that's for the loving kindness meditation. Now we are going to learn about the seventh step of Eight Noble Path. So we were already learning about 6 steps of Eight Noble Path. Hope I could give you a good description about them. I only have about 30 to 35 minutes. Within that time, within that time, I can't give you a very long description, right? So I just give you an adequate description so that you can learn so about it, and then you can apply it into your own life, right? And so that you will change your life into a positive way, right? In a positive manner. So then I started teaching with, so the first step of Eight Noble Path, Mr. Tim, right understanding. That's where everything begins. Then Shreyas Bhaiya, second one, right concept. Then right understanding, I told you that it would lead to right concept. Then right concept starts to change your behavior patterns, right? So the way how you live in the world. So first thing, then, so what is the third step of Eight Noble Path, Mr. Kevin? Speech. Right speech, yes. See, you got a tip from Mr. Tim, right? That's fine. Now, so right speech, then your right speech gets shaped, right? Then fourth one, right action. Very nice. Then right concept influences your actions too. Then after that, so it also influences Aishwarya livelihood. So it also influences your livelihood, and it helps you to develop a right livelihood in in this world, right? Then last week I told you the sixth one, Pratyush. Can you remember? Very nice, right effort. All of you hope all of you practice that. So at so so these are six steps. First six steps. So I mean 6 steps of Eight Noble Path. And today we are going to learn about the seventh one. Please write down right mindfulness. Right mindfulness. So that is the seventh one. Nowadays, we can find mindfulness courses everywhere. I saw in Santa Clara, Adult Education Center, Wilson Adult Education Center. Over there too, there is a mindfulness course. For that course, they charge around $150, but you get it free. So at the temple, so I give you it for free, right? So somehow, just kidding. Somehow it has become big business in United States. Actually, I had to write one article about meditation to a London magazine, for one magazine in London. So I researched at that time. I mean, last year, I think last year. So at that time, I went through various kinds of statistics. So in those statistics, one of those statistics says that mindfulness, it goes it goes mindfulness meditation as a it refers to mindfulness meditation as a big market in United States. So annual revenue last year, up to last year, the annual revenue of mindfulness meditation market has gone up to $2.7 billion. So by 2023. And the biggest share is divided, biggest share is divided between two apps. One is Calm, then the other one is Headspace, right? So I don't know, but so all of you know about those apps. So then the other apps, they share only 30% of it. And then those statistics, they predict that if the mindfulness meditation market grows like this, would keep growing like this, by 2030, it will reach up to it will grow up to 5.7 billion. So as its annual market share, right? So I mean, so many people practice mindfulness today, but we have to understand. So mindfulness meditation was introduced to West, formally. So in a wider manner, it was introduced to the West by John Kabat-Zinn in 1970s. But you will marvel that about the experiments, scientific experiments about mindfulness meditation in United States. It goes up to the year of 1939. The first scientific experiment about the meditation was conducted in 1939, right, in United States. By 1950s, so mindfulness meditation became little popular. It started spreading, but only in 1960s it started to gain its rhythm, and by 1970s and 1980s, so it started growing very fast because there were so many teachers to teach. But I have a criticism too. Even though many teachers teach so this noble technique of the Buddha mindfulness meditation, so um, there is a huge part which is missing. So they only teach the basic level as the mindfulness meditation, but it's not wrong. But there is a huge part which is missing in their teachings of mindfulness, right? So you will understand when you learn about this right mindfulness, right? Mindfulness, it is not easy to practice. Mindfulness means the ability to stay aware from moment to moment continuously. That's what mindfulness means. Without letting the mind to move, the ability to stay aware constantly without letting the mind to wander through one object. Then that's awareness. Then why do we need the term right awareness? Here is the place where the importance lies. Mindfulness, it becomes right mindfulness because of the wise reflection that you continuously continue with your awareness, right? Everybody feels sensations. Everybody feels sensations. But how many of them consider that they are impermanent, right? So, uh, so it is easy. So it is easy. It is easy to be aware about something, right? But I mean, to sense something, but constantly to be aware about that with the wise reflection, right? Understanding the realities of those things as they actually are, that's difficult. Because of this wise reflection, mindfulness, so this practice of mindfulness is called as the right mindfulness. Samma sati. Samma sati. So, as I mentioned, so in sati, you have to continue your mind, so your awareness in the same way continuously. It's not an easy thing. So, even to practice moral qualities, right? So, even to practice moral qualities, you need to have this nature within, right? So, if not, we cannot continue that. So then at the same time, for the development of concentration, we need this right mindfulness, and for the development of wisdom, we need this right mindfulness. If you lose it, then everything goes. Let me give you teach you a small story from from India, right? This is from Himalayas. So there was one hermit at the forest. There was one hermit at the forest. He was meditating very well, and he was young. One day, a lady saw her, a young lady saw her, and saw him, and then he got attracted to this young hermit. Then she took one hen. She took one hen, and a knife, and a bottle of, let's say a bottle of drugs along with her. Then she took all those things towards this hermit and told him. So she told the hermit. So uh, he told this hermit, so you have to sleep with me. If not, I will kill you. Then at that time, the hermit said, no, it's against. So he's in good awareness. So he said, no, it's against my policies. Then you have another two options. So then you have to kill either this hen, and we have to cook it and eat, or you have to drink these drugs that I brought for you. So according to that, hermit's tradition, taking drugs was not considered as a big sin, so big wrong action. So he thought, breaking celibacy is wrong. Killing animals is wrong. So I will do the least mean thing that I can do to save my life. What is that? So I will drink these drugs. So those days they didn't have all these kinds of drugs that is available in Costco and everywhere else. So I'm not going to mention their names. So they only had toddy at that time, right? So they had that. So he drank this toddy. When you drink drugs, what happens? Your awareness goes away. Then when he was so drunk and so unconscious, that lady ordered him to kill the hen. He killed the hen, and then they cooked the hen and ate. Then after that, he broke his celibacy too. Everything happened because of the drugs, right? So we have to understand, right? So we have to understand. So when we lose awareness, everything gets broken. That's why Buddha emphasized right awareness constantly with right and wise reflection, right? So it should go with the wise reflection. Now let's understand what are the, Buddha have taught us to develop right mindfulness on 4 things. So please write them down one by one. I will describe in brief. Number 1 is reflection, wise reflection. So right mindfulness with wise reflection on your body, right? On your body. In Pali, it is called as Kayanupassana. Anupassana means reflection. Kaya means body. Reflection on one's own body. You have to stay being aware about your own body. How do you stay aware constantly? Do you stay mindful constantly about your body? You have to understand continuously your mind is so your body is so so it is it is changing continuously, it is decaying continuously, so it has this nature of decay. You have to be aware that my body, so it is destined to decay. There is no person in this whole universe who have surpassed this level of decay, right? So you can keep your body giving various kind of treatments, so you can maintain that nice look of your body for a certain period of time, but you can't stop decaying, right? So there are so many ways to maintain your body, right? The young look, but you can't stop decaying. So you had to keep on being aware about that. It doesn't mean that you should not practice those practices to keep your young look as much as possible. You can do that, but you have to be aware. Simultaneously, you have to be aware that your body is bound to decay. You have to stay mindful, right? Then number two, so you have to constantly be aware that your body is bound to become sick. Constantly you have to be aware that your body is bound to become sick. So there are so many things, so many causes in the world that can make your body sick. And your body has the nature of being sick. Nobody should think when you are sick, it's my fault. It is the nature of your body. You have to go along with that, right? Whatever the things that you can do to save yourself, so you have to do all those treatments. The other things, you have to leave it to the nature, right? You do what you can do. You let go of what you cannot do, right? Number three, you have to be constantly aware about the death phenomenon of your body. One day, you have to leave this body. So you have to think, I am a person, my body is destined to be destined to destined to die. So I am destined to die. I'm not a person who surpassed the level of death. So therefore, then constantly you have to be mindful like this. Since I'm a person who is destined to decay, destined to become sick, destined to die. Whatever the bad actions I have been doing, I should not do, since I know this nature. And whatever the negative actions that I have not yet done, I should not start them. Whatever the positive actions that I am doing, I should keep continuing them. And whatever the positive actions that I have not yet started, I should start thinking so. So with right mindfulness, you have to think like that. And at the same time, you have to be aware about the loathsomeness of your body. So your body has this nature of loathsomeness. So suppose now you look so nice, so good looking, beautiful, everybody, right? But let's suppose we don't bathe, we don't clean ourselves for 3 days. What will happen to us? Will that beauty stay? So you will discuss your own body. So it is the reality that this body in nature it's loathsome. So if you don't clean them constantly, so it becomes very unclean, right? And disgusting. So we have to understand this nature of loathsomeness. For an example, so um, so so you have this you have this beautiful hairs, right? So you comb it nicely, and some of you color it with various kinds of colors. Now there are so many colors. Some of you color it with the golden color, purple color. So whatever the color that you like, that's fine. No problem about that. And then so somehow you treat it so well. You have to do that. So I'm not saying that even though it's impermanent, you should not do so. Do whatever treatments that you have to do to it, but we have to know its reality. So it doesn't belong to you, and its nature is loathsome. Whenever until it stays so with your body, you're fine. Let's say you are eating a salad, and accidentally one of your hair falls into the salad that you are eating. What happens? If you are not aware that it's your hair, so if you didn't notice that, then you will throw big tantrum at that very place. Oh, so if it is a restaurant, you will sue the restaurant, right? You will try to sue the restaurant, and there'll be a lot of fights, right? Because of this hair. So unnoticingly, it fell, unintentionally, it fell from your own body, but you don't realize. You fight. This is the nature of your body. So understanding that you have to keep your body very clean, but deep down you have to be aware. It has this nature of loathsomeness. It is born to that. In 9 holes, so trash is going out in this very body. So we have 9 holes. Through all those 9 holes, so human excreta is going out in different ways. So we have to understand that. So like this, then you have to be aware about the impermanence of this body, then so loathsomeness of this body, and so its nature of decaying, nature of being sick, nature of death. Then you become very humble. You become very considerate. You become so nice to your body. Even though they don't behave well towards you, you become a nice person. You gain the strength to face their misdoings. And then you gain the ability to forgive them and interact with them with pity. Right? But you have developed this right mindfulness on your body with right reflection, right? Wise reflection. Kaya Anupassana. Then second one, I will be quick. Second one, Vedana Anupassana. That means reflection on sensations. All of you know now that there are 3 kinds of sensations. So, Mr. Bhanu, can you remember the 3 sensations? Oh, right. Mr. Howard, can you remember the 3 sensations?
Unfortunately, no, Bhante.
All right. So, Mr. Reena?
Painful, pleasurable, and
Yes, very nice. Comfortable, in other words, comfortable, uncomfortable, and neutral. So all these sensations, they arise and pass away. So they may come out in various forms, but you have to understand they have the same nature. So let them come out as pain, let them come out as pleasing, comfortable, some kind of pleasing sensation. All of them so have the same characteristic. All those sensations arise to pass away. They have a starting point, they have a peak, and then they have a time of dissolving, right? They'll dissolve, so leaving space for another sensation, right? So there is an origin for a sensation, and it has an existence, and then it ends, right? So like that, you have to be aware about your sensations. You have to constantly develop awareness, develop mindfulness on your sensations. But all the sensations that I encounter on my body, that exist on my body and the others' bodies. So not only human beings, but even on animals too. So all those sensations, they arise and pass away, right? So we have to be aware about the sensations that we experience, constantly, right? This is the second right mindfulness, right? Third kinds of right mindfulness is so reflection on mind. Reflection on mind. Third one. Reflection on mind. Number 3. So reflection on mind means you have to be constantly aware. So you should try to develop the ability to be constantly aware about your mind, the thoughts. So there are various kinds of thoughts that arise in your mind, right? If currently you are experiencing lustful thoughts, you have to be aware. Right now, I have lustful thoughts. And then you should try your best to come out of it. So how do you come out of it? So if that person so you consider that person, so according to the age of that person. So let's suppose that person is just like, that person is at the age of your sister. So I will refer it. So so I will refer it to a lady, right? So let's say someone sees a lady and develop lustful thoughts. Then that person has to think like this. Consider that person's age, that lady's age, and let's say that lady is at the age of your younger sister. Then you have to think that girl just like your younger sister. When you think like that, your lustful thoughts, they go down. First, you have to suppress, you have to control, right? If that person is just like your elder sister by age, then you have to think about that girl just like you think about your elder sister. So if that person's age is just like your aunt, or your mother's, or your grandmother's, or such kind of age, right? So then you have to think accordingly. And then, if that person is at your daughter's age, you have to wisely consider accordingly. I think you got the idea. So I don't go to refer it in the perspective of ladies towards men. You can apply, right? So you can adjust. So men towards ladies, you have to think like that, and the ladies have to think towards the men, so in the same way, right? Then you gain the ability to control yourself, right? Then then after that, with the understanding of impermanence, right? So you have to let that lustful thoughts go, and you have to keep on observing that lustful thought objectively, with the understanding of impermanence. Then gradually those lustful thoughts will diminish and pass away, right? Whenever those lustful thoughts are gone, you have to be aware. So the lust is gone from my mind. My mind is lustless now. Let's say you have an angry mind. Then at that time, you have to be aware, right now, I have an angry mind. Then you should try your best to come out of it, right? So I have already thought about this previously too. So I am not going to talk about the techniques that you have to use to come out of the angry mind. But ultimately, you have to know this angry mind, it is also something which won't last forever. Then, whenever you have an angry mind, you have to be aware about it with the understanding of impermanence. This angry mind, it is also impermanent. Impermanent, it will pass away sooner or later. I should not miss, right? So with those thoughts, you have to keep on being aware. Then sooner or later, it will also pass away, leaving space for peaceful minds. When that angry mind is gone, you have to be aware. Right now, I have a mind without anger, right? Then, when you have a jealous mind, you have to be aware. When that jealous mind is gone, you have to be aware accordingly. When your mind is full of loving kindness, you have to be aware. Right now, I have a mind of full of loving kindness. So when that mind is gone, you have to be aware constantly. Oh, that mind has already gone. When you have a mind of compassion, then you have to be aware. Right now, I have a mind of compassion. When it is gone, you have to be aware that it is gone. So like that, according to the nature of your mind, according to thoughts that prevail inside your mind, recognize and constantly be aware. If it is a negative one, keep on focusing and be aware. And so try your best to let it go. And whatever the positive minds that you develop, try to maintain and prolong and develop, right? So that's how you practice Chittanu Passana, reflection on mind with wise consideration. Then number 4, Dhammanupassana. Dhammanupassana means reflection on phenomenons. Phenomenon. Reflection on phenomenons. So there are phenomena in the world, right? So Mr. Carl, can you name a phenomenon in the world? Right. So inside and outside, there are phenomena, right? One thing is, so impermanence is a phenomenon, universal phenomenon. Suffering is a universal phenomenon. No self is a universal phenomenon. And at the same time, so when your mind is, when you have addiction to sensual pressure, when you mind is so full of addiction to sensual pleasure, that is also phenomenon, right? So when you have aversion, it's a phenomenon, right? When you have laziness, it's a phenomenon, right? And then after that, so there are such kind of phenomenons in the world. And then outside too, there are phenomenons in the world, right? So, for an example, certain things happen. Certain things happen because of the nature of seed. According to the seed, the result comes. For an example, so if you plant a jackfruit seed, it gives you a jackfruit tree. If you plant a bitter melon seed, then it will give you a bitter melon seed. So there are these kinds of phenomena. And then after that, so there are things that have there are things that happen because of seasons, right? So those are also phenomena. During the winter time, you feel coldness. During the summertime, you feel heat. So these things don't happen because of karma, they are phenomena. And then there are things which happens because of karmas, right? So, uh, so that is also a phenomenon. And then there are things happen because of the determination. Certain people don't have the luck, but they try hard with strong determination, and finally they succeed. So that happens because of the strong mind. Because of the strong mind, that is also a phenomenon in the world. And then, like that, there are phenomena in the world, various kinds of phenomena. Inside and outside, certain phenomena. So they are inside, like impermanence, suffering, no self, these kinds of natures. And then I also taught you about certain phenomena which happen outside, and there are certain phenomena which are limited to inside, right? Whatever the phenomena they are, you have to understand they have this characteristic of impermanence. They continuously keep on changing and changing and changing, right? So this is the reflection on phenomena, dharmas in the world, right? Dhammanupassana, right? So as a vipassana meditator, you have to develop right mindfulness on all these four kinds of phenomena, right? Even though you don't practice, having the knowledge about these four phenomena, these four reflections, these four practices of right mindfulness, they are also great. So but you have to go beyond that. So you have to develop right mindfulness as meditators. You should try your best, and that will lead to right concentration, and right concentration will lead to wisdom. And finally, so uh, because of these practices, you gain the ability to attain, you gain the ability to come out of all the negativities. You gain the ability to develop your positivities up to the highest level. And finally, you gain the ability to attain real peace, real happiness, nibbana. Right? So now we are going to conclude. Everyone, please think. Together, all of us gathered here and practice this noble, non-sectarian, pure meditation technique and accumulated a lot of positive energy. Even by learning the Dhamma, we accumulated a lot of positive energy. By the power of all this positive energy, please think. May all our troubles be away. May all the good things happen in our lives. And practicing this noble Dhamma practice, may all of us develop in this Dhamma path. And finally, may all of us attain real peace, real happiness, purification of mind, nibbana. Everyone, please join your palms together and please concentrate to get blessings. In short. Abhivadana silisse nichang vada pachaino chattaro dhamma vadanti ayubangno sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti me vacha ato nibbana sampatti iminati samijjatu. May all of you be well. May all of you be happy. May all of you be very, very peaceful. Good night, everyone. See you all in the next week or next Friday. Good night and take rest. Right. Good night, Mr. Howard. Mrs.
Good night,
Rita, good night.
Night.
Thank you, Bante.
May all the good happen. Good night, Miss Pragati and Rahul.
Good night. Thank you
Good
for
night. May all the good happen to you. Good night, Asmita Didi.
Very good night.
Very good night. May all the good happen. Neha Didi, good night.
Good night, Bante. Thank you so much.
May all the good happen to you.
Okay,
Secure.
Bante, I wanted to ask tomorrow for the kids, there is meditation, right?
Yes, there is
That
the
will-
Dhamma school. Yes.
Yeah, that is 4:15.
Yes, 4:15. Please
Okay,
come
okay.
at 4:15, okay?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Bante.
Yes,
Thank you
okay.
so much.
Secure. Take care. Bye.
Yeah, bye.